20 for Sussex, born and raised on the ski hill. It's where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool with Princess Diana outside at my pool when a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight, my mom got scared. She said, "You're gonna be a politician and run on your hair."
As you can see, Canada's politicians do provide great fodder for the parodies. Joining me now, happy to say, with more on the special and the inspiration behind the videos in Halifax, 22 Minutes anchor and roving reporter, Mark Critch. You're also quite a singer, I must say, or rapper, I guess, Mark.
That's my East Coast rapping, yeah. He's just like Newfoundlanders talk fast. Really what it is, we invented rapping.
Oh, you did? Of course, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just without the
Okay.
music. He's put a backbeat on there, and that's what it is, yeah.
So, Mark, it's been a while since you've been on our program, and I can imagine that a new government is just, gleeful, amounts of new material for someone like yourself. Are you enjoying the new government?
Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, my God. I mean, if a few years ago, if somebody told us one day you live in a country as a comedian with Justin Trudeau as Prime Minister, I never would have believed you. And it's just, and it's now the deficit, it's like doubling down, and more money in the, we're billions in the hole before we spend our billions. It's the Liberals, where you're poorer than you think. It's fantastic. So much happens. And all these fresh faces are great for us, because every couple of years, the great thing about a show like ours is our cast of characters kind of reinvents itself. And, we thought we were doing good when we had Rob Ford and Duffy, and those were great times just a little while ago. But now we have, Justin and all the new faces up there on the hill, so it's very exciting for us.
Yeah, you've been through many governments now with this show. I'm wondering if there are any political parties that are particularly good fodder for funny for you.
People would always assume, conservatives especially would say, you guys always make fun of the conservatives. And I was like, no, well, what we do is we make fun of the people mostly in power, because that's kind of what your job is to do. When the Liberals were in, oh my God, Chrétien, we did all, Chrétien was wonderful for us. And because he was always up for it too. You go to interview Jean Chrétien, he'd always be like, hey, what do you guys want me to do? The Newfoundlanders here, I'll dress up like a monkey. It's like, no, thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, that's fine. It's gone down. Do you want me to climb up the hill and you guys can shoot at me with little planes? Like, no, it's fine, we're good. So that was great when you have somebody who's up for it. Now, Justin is he's always up to be interviewed too. It was a little tough with Harper because, he'd get paranoid looking in the mirror. He just didn't like to be seen that much. He was kind of like a Sasquatch. Did you see him or not? But so, I don't know, things will be good. Now, whoever's in power, we're happy to make fun of them.
I gather with Harper, though, you have said that back when he was an MP and you were a young fellow first starting out in this, that he actually was up for it. He was...
Oh, yeah, he used to come around and sniff me out and be like, hey, I heard you're filming humorous anecdotes on the hill. Would you care for me to partake? Sure, Steve. That'd be great. So he was great, but he's actually very funny, great impressionist. And he's very quick with a joke and stuff, but then they decided it'd be best if they hid that side of him from the Canadian people, and here we are now with Justin.
Are you ever pleasantly surprised? I'm thinking especially of your work during the election campaign when you're approaching people like Mulcair. One of my all-time faves is when you, with the beautiful Mulcair beard, practically looking like Siamese twins. Are you surprised sometimes by how game some of these politicians are and how witty they are? And we don't necessarily always see that.
Well, you know what? I love talking to them and figuring them out. And with Mulcair at the start of it all, he was very gruff and kind of, no, I won't do this. And then eventually, I just started talking to him. So, man, look, it's not, what's going to happen? What's the worst going to happen? Just try it, relax. And he calmed down. And then it was great. And it shows a whole other side to them, And I'm surprised at what they're going to do. Yeah, I said, hey, can I dress up like you and make fun of you to your face? And he's like, okay. And he does it. And he was great. But the weirdest thing with Mulcair was I got him to do the Drake dance from the Hotline Bling.
Yes.
And that was hard. If you ever try to explain to a guy who's Mulcair's age, first of all, what Drake is, secondly, what a Hotline Bling dance is, and then have him go, okay. He had no idea what was going on. He's just like, they said it was a good idea. I don't know. But he was a great sport. So yeah, I'm always blown away by what people will be up for and what they'll do. I'm constantly surprised, yeah.
Musical parodies always part of the fun, and I talked a little bit about tonight's special. I no doubt many of those will be political. Tell us what else we can expect tonight.
Lots of great things. You know, we have some great singers in our little group too. I mean, Susan Kent, who's been with us for a few years now, she's actually a really good singer. So I can always like fake my way through a song if I'm doing an impression of somebody too, especially. But she can actually sing, so that helps. We have some of the older ones like "What Does Rob Ford Say?" a Rob Ford parody. As well, we have a great thing where Susan plays Catherine McKenna in a sexy climate change song. We have Get Duffy, which is a great one now, considering everything that's happening with poor old Mike here today. So it's a mixed bag of everything. So like even if you hate political comedy, you could stay for the song parodies.
Okay, good.
It's a great way to catch up for someone like me. Like whenever somebody wants to write a parody for a song and I have no idea what it is, I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, it's the most popular song in the world now, and I'm always going like, can we do some Burton Cummings? I don't know any of this. So it's great for me to find out what people are listening to these days as well. Dating
yourself there, and I guess you must have been about 12 years old when I look at the numbers here. 22 minutes now in its 23rd season, renewed for a 24th. So you must have been in your teens, surely, when you started. What's the secret to longevity, do you think?
Well, I think what it is the changing characters. It can get pretty stale when you're talking about the same thing all the time. But the great thing about Canadian politics is people think it's boring. It's not. We have amazing characters, whether it's Chrétien, Mike Duffy, Rob Ford, Justin Trudeau, Brazeau. It's amazing, you know, so people get really engaged with what's going on, especially lately. We've been having a little bit of scandal and excitement and stuff. So people know the headlines, they know what you're talking about. And as Canadians, we love to talk about politics, whether it's at a Tim Hortons around a table or when we're flipping the channels. I think that's the longevity is there. You can never be surprised by what the folks in Ottawa will do. It's always something crazy. So
truer words never said.
Yeah.
Mark, great to join you. Looking forward to the show tonight. Thanks for this.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer.